Oh, there it is. Blood punch. Is this steel grass? Okay. Well, maybe it was still fighting. Jesus! This Breloom's a monster. What am I gonna do? It just one-shots me with Drain Punch. Alright, well, that happened. Okay, looks like we're done here. We've got a new mission on deck, and this one carries a special request for you specifically, Mark. Apparently on a recent mission, Aya and Hardy came across a couple of old artifacts. It turns out these orbs and their likeness tend to be, volatile, is the word they used. Adrian put in a word saying they'd like you in particular to help out on a mission to get these artifacts to safety. Something as the champion. That sound good to you? Yes. Great. Wasn't really sure what I'd tell Adrian if you said no for sure. Anyway, they asked to meet you at Grandview Station. Head over there as soon as you can. Okay. Mark, my favorite champion. I'm grateful you could make it, and you're just in time. I was just discussing the particulars with the chief here. Allow me to summarize once more. 2 of your compatriots recently unearthed a couple of unique artifacts, but not too unique, they were recognized. The red orb and blue orb, so Groudon and Kyogre. We're aware of what happened in Hoenn with these items. I think I speak for everyone when I say that Reborn has had enough of world-ending disasters. We've put all that behind us. At least I dearly hope so. We want none of it. So I've taken the liberty of contacting some foreign experts, and we've arranged to have the orbs safely contained elsewhere. All that's left is to ship them there. That's where you come in. We think the shipment's been compromised. Some information regarding it was leaked and, in short, it's almost certain someone is trying to steal the orbs already. We'd like you to take the train ride aboard and make sure the orbs reach their destination safely. With the champion on board, no one will dare try anything. I know playing security isn't exactly the most glamorous, but I don't think anyone wants to risk an incident with, say, Azurian Lake drying up or something. With any luck, it'll be an uneventful trip there and back. You could even think of it as a vacation. I hate to rush, but I believe we are short on time. Right. Since the original shipment was compromised, the chief arranged to sneak it on board a passenger train early. Our hope is that the change in operation will be inconspicuous enough to escape the notice of whoever the information was leaked to. And by the time they find out, too late. Your ticket and boarding is already arranged as well. The chief will be going with you as well. He'll show you the storage car and keep an eye on the passengers during the mission. Yes, yes. Together, we'll keep both these orbs and our region safe. But the clock is ever ticking. Let us be off at once. Are you ready to leave right now? Sure. Good luck, Mark. Safe journeys. It is not going to be a safe journey. Something's definitely going to go wrong. Yes, just back here. The red and blue orb, firmly secured for transport. This is the only entrance to the storage cart, so all you have to do is wait right here. It might not be the most interesting, but police work is like that sometimes. All for the safety of the people, am I right? Now, since we're traveling with guests, how about you go and meet them? No need to mention what you're really here for, and I'll be keeping an eye on them for most of the ride. But as long as you're here, you may as well know who's on board. Go on, have a social moment before your ship starts true. Doka. Is that Julia? Why couldn't the pretty gym leader have come over and talk to me instead? Why that guy? Maxwell. Do I know a Maxwell? Mark, funny running into you here. I was just heading out on this train for a change of pace when I met this lovely lady across from me. Oh, stop it, you. No, I'm kidding. Keep going. For you, I can keep going on Jesus. But let's take things slow, how about it? Anyway, regardless of whatever history we have, I do hope you wouldn't ruin a personal outing just for the sake of some petty past drama. If I'm being honest, I don't remember this person. Were they a part of Team Meteor? Maybe. Oh no, this is the leader of the Magma Gang, isn't it? Yeah, it's the leader of the Magma Gang. Or, okay, yeah, that's okay. Jeez. My boys are back at the ranch. You'll get no trouble from our gang. Take care. Mark, I thought that was you who went by. What a coincidence seeing you here. I was invited for a trip abroad by someone, and would you believe it? I got stood up. Me! Imagine a cheerleader getting stood up. Hope that guy recently realized he was okay, or else I want an explanation. And if he did realize, Then I hope he's very happy with his life choices and finds a wonderful husband. But not if the husband would have been interested in me instead. It's a pity. He seemed like such a sweet talker too. But no matter. I'm making the best of the situation. And I've met a fine gentleman in his absence, and we're having a lovely time. So there, Mr. Stander-Upper, take that. Okay, well, I'll leave you two alone then. Ooh, we got a healing spot. Not bad, not bad. Why is there a kid here? Alone. Is this? It is Eustace! Oh, God. What is Eustace doing here? Greetings, peasant. Make yourself useful and fetch me a drink, will you? Some kind of juice, I believe, would suit my palate. But be forewarned, though. Present me with Lepa juice, and I shall forcibly eject you from the train while it's still moving. Greppa juice neither. I don't know what else they put in that stuff, but it surely wasn't meant for human consumption. And you will hold the orange juice as well. It is unsuitable for all occasions except the blandest of breakfasts. Hop to it, garçon. We can't all stand around all day with stupid looks on our faces. Okay. Got some interesting characters on this train. Does this guy over here have a name? He doesn't. Okay, so we have Maxwell, Julia, freaking Eustace. Oh, man. Who else is on this train? Oh, it's Sandy. Oh, hi, Mark. Are you surprised to see me here? It's true that I decided field work wasn't for me, but desk jobs are so boring. Do you know how tiring it is to just sit there and organize papers all day? Waiting for the next certified cool person to walk up and take the crazy job you're doling out. It's like, why aren't I out there doing that? But I know why I'm not out there doing that. It's because a Miltank... Oh my god! Jesus. But am I one to live my life cowering in fear? Huh, cowering. What am I saying? Anyway, I couldn't take the pressure of mentally ping-ponging between wanting to get outside more and wanting to hide inside forever. So now I'm here on a moving train going in the opposite direction from all my problems. Funny how life works, isn't it? Okay. John. So this is just one of the orderlies? Curious running into you here. Rest assured, I harbor no particular resentment to you. Even if your actions have resulted in the deaths of several of my past employers. On second thought, I may have some slight resentment towards you. But you may be relieved that I intend to deal with it professionally. Good day. Okay. Huh? Aren't you the champion? Wow. That's it? Wow. Wow, champion. Oh no, this is the cranky old lady. Yeah, it's Crodberry. Oh god, what are you doing here? You. What are you doing here, Come to ruin the relaxing getaway of a kind elderly woman? How dare you even consider violating the sanctity of this train with your putrescence? Putrescence. So much for the dining car. They better decontaminate every square inch of this place after inviting gutter trash like you in. Get away from me at once. My poor nose can only take so much at once. Okay. Man. Well, that's everybody. So we have Crodberry, Orderly John, Sandy, Eustace, Julia, Maxwell, and then 2 randoms. Got it. Have you made all the rounds you want to already? Yes. Very good. Let's trade off then. I'll keep an eye out on the guests, you keep an eye on the goods. Between us, not a soul on board will have so much as a chance to swipe these. Then I'll be off. I wonder who it's gonna be. Take good care of the orbs. Like, there's no way it'd be Julia or Sandy, unless they're, like, mind-controlled. So it's either Maxwell, Eustace, I don't see Crodberry doing it, but she could. She definitely could. I'll check it again in a bit. Perhaps even bring you something from the snack cart. Until then. Okay. And now we just stand here and wait. Oh my god. How? Are they a ninja? I literally was standing... They either teleported in and out or they're a ninja. One or the other. I can't believe this. Please let me go. I just got lost looking for the little girl's room. Have you noticed that this train doesn't seem to have one anywhere? Check her. Check her for the orbs. Check her for the orbs. Everybody needs to get searched right this instant. Everybody. Where is Julia? Everybody needs to be checked. My date appears to have pulled a vanishing act. Oh, man. Well, there's Eustace. If you don't let me off this train right now, I swear on your mother's life, I will sue you to the ends of the world and back. This is a violation of my rights, officer. You're keeping me here unlawfully, and you will lose your job for it. And subsequently, your home, your family, your friends, everything you know will be decimated all because of your one foolish, arbitrary mistake to confine me here against my will. Now let me go. Jesus. So far we only see Julia that's completely missing. Crodberry's here. Orderly John's also gone. Incompetence. Can't even drive a simple train right. How do you mess that up? It only goes in a predetermined straight line. But then drunkard fools can't even do that much. Is that what they all are? Blathering idiots probably can't so much as leave their front door without tripping down the stairs and slamming their head on the pavement. Jesus. Probably explains the Jesus necessary to fail such a simple task. Does old Crodberry need to come in there and show you morons how it's done? Roll up my sleeves and press the shiny green go button for you, since apparently that's too much for you primitive meat sacks to comprehend. Okay, well. It was nice seeing you, Miss Crodberry. Man. Okay, so no Julia and no Orderly John. Interesting. Great galloping gallipods. How could this have happened? Oh, Mark. I swear you scared the daylights out of me. Tell me the orbs are safe. Stolen? Both of them? Right under your nose. How could this have happened? We took every preparation. Nevertheless, we must mount an investigation immediately. I've already ordered everyone to stay on board as soon as the lights went out. Moreover, we're just a little north of Tourmaline, and there's a vicious sandstorm raging right now. Even if we wanted to leave and seek help on foot, it would be nigh impossible. Then the culprit must still be on board. We must find them and recover the items at once. We'll begin the investigation immediately. Talk to everyone. Find out everything you can and report back to me when you've finished. Ooh, it's a little mystery. I love mysteries, dude. Mysteries are so cool. Goodness, I barely know what happened. But if I can help in any way, I'm happy to cooperate. Okay? Where were your whereabouts? Or our whereabouts, I guess. We're currently a short distance north of the 1R253 scrapyard. Technically, we've left the Reborn region, but we haven't gotten far. The area we're in is called the Greater Tourmaline Desert. It's a wasteland of sandstorms and nothingness. Traveling on foot in this area is usually impossible, unlike the Inner Tourmaline area within the Reborn region. Here, the distance is too great and the sandstorms too fierce. There's nothing for miles. They always told us about how more and more accidents happen around the scrapyard. It seems we'll be counted among them. I'm doing the best I can, and we at least got power restored to the cars, but I'm afraid the engine is a goner. We're completely grounded, and I suspect no repairs short of a completely new engine car are going to change that. Fortunately, the comm system is intact, and we've been able to radio for aid. A rescue train is departing from Grandview Station. We'll load up the passengers and crew and get everyone home safely, but until it arrives, we've nothing to do but wait. For better or worse, that likely holds true for the culprit as well. They're trapped here just as much as any of us, okay? My attention was squarely on the controls the entire time before the incident, but I'm afraid I barely know what happened. The entire car went dark, and I heard a strange noise. It sounded like a Pokemon's attack, but not one I've ever heard before. Reflexively, I slammed on the brakes, or more like I hit them in a panic, but good thing I did. The train came to a stop just as the engine began to make all kinds of unpleasant noises. Fearing the worst, I took cover in the back landing just in time to see shards of metal and glass flying forward with the boom. Once the train and the sounds both came to a stop, I was able to restore power quickly, and the room was as you saw it now. I'll continue searching to see if I can find out anything more about the cause of the engine failure, though. Okay. Let's go talk to some people. Hello, Crodberry. I highly doubt it was Crodberry. Motives. Alibi. Others. Motives? What motive could I possibly have to... Oh, you must mean the motives of the other maggots on this train. Well, how about that Sandy girl? I heard she goes to extremes to get what she wants, with no regard to the senseless damage she causes. She's always going on and on about environment this, environment that. I swear even a mighty Anna with a dislocated jaw yaps less than she does. I bet a mangy mutt like her would jump at anything to get her grimy mitts on the blue orb. Why the blue orb specifically? Is it because water? Imagine the she could pull with that thing. The statistics she could bias. All the power for what? For a stinking myth? Bah. Alibi. Alibi? You dare accuse someone like me? I'll have you know, filth, that I am an upstanding citizen of this wretched community, and I would never resort to such a heinous undertaking such as petty thievery, unlike gutter trash such as you, the likes of which would sooner spew vomit upon the street and slurp it up before even so much as thinking once about the common good and bastions of justice such as I, a city ambassador, whose very station it is to ensure that Jesus, like you are snuffed out like a in the very wind you taint, with the malignant odor you call your presence, and in doing so, upon the grave of every respectable leader such as myself, who ever lived before your miserable gut rat of a father and the slovenly waistcloth you call your mother, even first decided to copulate like the slimy roaches you all are, and thereby defecate upon this putrid city in the first place, systematically degrading whatever miserable little hint of progress there has been in the first place, like dumping corrosive acid on a festering wound. Hemagoblins oscillating violently in a pathetic effort to heal what little seared flesh still remains, only to be spat on by a scathing insect who forgot it hasn't spit up its last morsel of bile. Okay, well. What others? Bah! I've barely seen a sopping soul besides you and the other busybody officers since boarding this clattering tin can of a train. No one wants to come talk to old Crodberry. No respect for the elders. Not even when she's in the snack cart. What? Am I tainting the food? Just by standing near it? Do they think I'm you? And the one person who did show up, in the middle of the blackout no less, was that gym leader. She barely even counts as company on her least destructive days. Bah! Okay, well that's some decent info. The only decent info she gave us was that apparently Julia came through the snack cart during the blackout, so we have to see what she says. And if she doesn't say that she came through here, then one of them's lying. Something was stolen and you're investigating it. I haven't moved from this spot the entire time, so I don't know if I can say anything that would be terribly helpful. Oh, but you know that loud elderly woman in the other cart? She kept pacing back and forth here and never went too far. But I noticed that even in her huffiest huff, she really seemed held up by her body, like she couldn't go that fast. I think there's no way she could have made it all the way to the storage cart in the time the lights were out, if that's really the fastest she can go. Does that help? I mean, I think there's a possibility that a person didn't go back there, but somebody's Pokemon was sent back there to take it. So, I don't, like, if Crodberry did it, I don't think she walked back there herself. She probably used a Pokemon to go back there and take the orbs, if it was Crodberry, so. Yeah, that doesn't really help too much. Is that all you're gonna say? Okay. So all she really said was that Crodberry was pacing back and forth and she's slow. That's really all she said. Hello, Eustace. Excuse me, the juice? What possible motives could I have, or could I, a child barely grown into his breeches, possibly have for undertaking a perilous heist to steal a priceless, all-powerful artifact or two? The notion is simply preposterous. I'm on this train as it is the first leg of my round-world journey. I'll have you know I have a scholarship. This is for my education and worldliness. Granted, the organization responsible for giving me the scholarship is not aware that they have done so. But I would never do something as foolish as squander a chance for a perfectly good education, especially not for something as droll as the red and blue orbs. Even if they are insecurely guarded, worth thousands, and unfathomably powerful. I simply would not do it. Okay, what's your alibi? Yes, if it's an alibi you want, look no further than that flat-brained buffoon standing at the door. I've seen Stunfisk with more intellectual depth than he. Jesus. This clod refused to let me get off the train for what may as well have been hours, even after we came to a full stop. Sandstorms, this, perimeter, that. Even while the lights were still out, he was still insistently annoying. Of course, there's no use in asking why I wanted to leave the train. It's definitely not because I'm afraid of the dark. Only babies are afraid of the dark. And I, of course, am a gentleman. Okay. So Eustace is basically saying he never left this cart. When the lights went out, he tried to get off the train because he's scared of the dark, and the officer wouldn't let him, so that's basically what he was saying. Ah, reasonable line of questioning. Yes, I believe I have evidence enough to implicate at least one other individual on this train. Though if you give me an hour or two, I'm sure I can gather and plant enough to have the whole company convicted. Regardless, for the current time, I would direct you to that man in the dark robes. John, I believe his name was. Okay, orderly John. When the lights went out, he ran through this place like syphilis through a brothel. Jesus. Mom told me not to use that expression, but I told her that all language is a self-referential structure of arguments and increasing emotional intensities, and I had several more intensive expressions ready for her if she tried to stop me. Anyway, the oaf practically tripped over me, dithered out some apologies, but didn't bother to stop running. Showed you where his priorities lie. I'm sure he was making a break for it, straight to the back for the orbs. Go ahead and arrest him first. You can thank me later. Okay, interesting. So we know Orderly John was in this cart. He was sitting right here at the start. So Eustace is saying he ran this way towards the orbs. Got it. Interesting.